What is going on, everybody? It's Stas here. So we had a pretty awesome day in the stock market today, especially the small caps. The Russell went up 2.6%. What a day. We had the NASDAQ up 0.3%, and the S&P and the Dow each went up about 0.2%. So today we're going to break down some stocks, some charts, my thoughts on the market, some earnings, plus more. So sit back, relax, take a sip of your coffee, hit the like button, subscribe, and check out my Patreon. If you guys want all my buys, sells, call outs, morning update videos, plus more, now's your chance to sign up. The first of the month is the best time to sign up. It's linked down below if you guys are interested. And with that being said, let's get right into the video. So SPY, which tracks the S&P 500, I'm sure all of you know that at this point, ended up hitting an all-time high today at $461.42. And QQQ, which tracks the NASDAQ 100, also hit an all-time high today. Both of these all-time highs came in the pre-market. This was at $387.92. And if you guys were watching the markets today, we hit those highs pre-market, and then we started seeing a bit of selling pressure. You know, this went from $387.92 down to about $384.50. And what you guys are noticing here is for both QQQ and SPY, we ended up closing on a nice strong push. And let me explain what I'm seeing. I'm actually seeing a double bottom. Look at this. On the intraday chart for QQQ, we bottomed at about 384.80, 385, not once, but twice, hence the double bottom, right? And we broke out after that double bottom, and we're maintaining this strong push in the aftermarket session. So for me, guys, seeing this pullback, seeing the double bottom on QQQ today, right around that 50 moving average on the 20-day chart, and the strong close afterwards, there goes Siri again, that is very strong. Same for SPY, right? If I show you guys this intraday chart, we got the pullback, the double bottom, and then the breakout. That's very bullish, in my opinion, and you can see the uptrend holding on the 20-day chart. We're maintaining the 50 moving average, and on the 4-hour chart, we're above both moving averages. We're ripping above them, in fact, both on SPY and on QQQ. So very strong day across the board today. Russell 2000 small caps are crushing it. This got very close to hitting an all-time high. The previous all-time high was in the middle of March. That was at 2360. We hit 2358 today. So literally 2 points shy of that all-time high. And in my opinion, we're going to break out, whether it's today or not today. I mean, it's almost 7 o'clock when I'm filming this on the East Coast here, but maybe tomorrow, some point this week, next week, excuse me, guys, I think we're going to break out. So small caps looking good, which is why I want exposure to small caps. I've owned IJR for a little bit at this point. My average is about 70, 80 bucks on that, and I'm going to continue holding on to it. If you guys didn't know, IJR is a small cap ETF. So that's kind of what we saw across the board today. Very strong day, and we're going to talk about some stocks and some earnings today. But before we do, make sure to hit the like button. I really appreciate all of you guys out there. Let's try and get at least, it's Monday, November 1st, the start of a new month. Let's try and get at least 200 likes for good luck for this month. Hit the like button, subscribe, drop me a comment, let me know your thoughts, and let's talk about some stocks today, some companies that most of which reported earnings. So number one, we have ticker symbol CLX. Let's go with CLX first because this one is absolutely ripping in the after hours. And you guys know this company did wonders about a year and a half ago when everybody and their grandmother was rushing to the local grocery store and just wiping the shelves out of Clorox. And another thing was toilet paper, which doesn't really have to do with Clorox, but these products were flying off the shelves. And you guys remember, Clorox went from 146 per share all the way to 240 in the span of 6 months, half a year. I mean, that is ridiculous considering Clorox is the classic old, boring type of company. For it to run up that amount in such a little amount of time is just ridiculous. The stock went nuclear, right? And then all of a sudden, that fear started to die down. Not everybody was rushing and wiping out the Clorox wipes from the grocery store, and the stock really took a beating. I mean, now it's pretty much near those pre-pandemic levels, which, hey, that's an interesting, value proposition. I'm not saying it's very undervalued here, but hey, after this pandemic we've experienced, I mean, let's be honest, people are now, you had your germaphobes before. Those people are definitely probably more germophobic now, but there's definitely the average Joe out there that wasn't so cognizant about their cleaning. They weren't so aware of it. They didn't really care much, but now they're probably more aware of it. So now that we went through this, we're still going through it, but hopefully it's ending here soon. People are going to be like, okay, I want to be more cognizant about my cleaning. So maybe now that the stock went up, it crashed, the business could be more valuable. The stock's price now that it's almost at pre-pandemic levels, it might be a decent value. So we took that haircut from 240 to 160, and that's no joke of a haircut, guys. That is a 30% drop. And let's see what they reported. Let me pop the live news up and see if these numbers are looking good. They look good, guys. $1.21 EPS versus $1.03. They crushed the EPS. Sales also beat. They crushed sales. $1.81 billion versus $1.7 billion estimated. And it says here they reaffirmed their guidance. What the heck does that mean? Let me see if I click that, if it tells us here. Not necessarily seeing any guidance, but hey, they're doing well, guys. Okay, this is a 62% decrease. Oh, that's interesting. The $1.21 they just reported of EPS, that is down 60% year over year, which goes to show the crazy year they had last year, the crazy money profits they were making. It's declining, which makes sense because, again, like I said, not everyone's going and wiping out the shelves right now. No pun intended. That was a good one right there. And yeah, now the stock's breaking out. It's up to $170 after hours. We closed at 163. We're above the moving averages. We're at a multi-month high at this point. It's now the beginning of November. The last time we were at 165, 170 level was the beginning of August, so 3-month high pretty much is where we are. So I want to see if this continues, especially if we get more news about the guidance and so forth, which is probably already out now and baked into the price. But we have to see if buyers push this thing higher. Volume kicks in, whatever it may be. We could be looking at $180 to $190 stock here over the next couple of weeks, next couple of months. And don't get it twisted, guys. This is no GameStop. This is no AMC. Just because it ran up so much about a year and a half ago doesn't mean it's going to do that again. But if you have some time on your hands, hey, a couple months, you could make a little bit on this stock, in my humble personal opinion. So keep your eyes out on Clorox. CrowdStrike is another one that's looking pretty interesting here. This one is one that we called out a couple weeks ago. It ripped after that. Now it's pulling back again. We hit 297, pretty close to 300 a couple of days ago, trading days ago, and now it's trading at 270. It's down about 10%, so it's in correction territory. And what we're noticing is it's trading near the bottom of this upwards channel. Look at this. And this is on the 4-hour chart for those of you guys wondering. And we went down about 4.5% just today. And it seems like buyers are stepping in right by that 180 moving average at about 260, 265, which is a pretty good sign. You guys can see that on the intraday chart as well. We hit that point midday, 263, and then buyers stepped in to push us pretty close to 270 by the close of the market. So CrowdStrike at this point in time, I think could be a nice short to midterm swing. Maybe not a couple month swing, but a week, 2 weeks. I think that is the time period I'm looking at right now for this to make a move back to 280, 285, 290. And they actually didn't report earnings. This isn't one of the companies that reported, but I really just like the pattern here. I like the trend, and I think it's going to do well. So that is CrowdStrike, ticker symbol CRWD, JD.com. Shout out to the Chinese stocks today, which have been beaten down. No doubt about it. They're still down from the highs from a couple of months ago. But let me tell you guys, they're, at least as of now, it seems like they're reversing. JD went up 5.5% today, and we actually called this one out in the pre-market video, or the video I made this morning on Patreon, which I make for all my top tier patron members on there. We talked about JD. We talked about how it was bouncing above this 180 moving average at about 78, 80 bucks, and it ended up continuing that rip. Now it actually closed above the 50 moving average on the 4-hour chart. Now it looks like it's a straight shot to the $90 level, at least 87 where it was about 2 weeks ago. On the 20th of October, we hit $87, $88. So I think that is where we could be going. Volume's starting to kick up. Momentum's obviously in, JD's favor right now. I think there's more upside. So keep your eyes out on JD.com and look at ALGN, Align. This one looks like it wants to break out, or at least it's testing as of now, the 180 moving average on the 4-hour chart. In my opinion, it wants to break out of there. Look, we ended up seeing a pop after earnings, and mind you, the earnings were solid. The stock went from $5.90 to about $6.70. It pulled back, hit $6.20 on this 4-hour chart. That's right around the 50 moving average. We consolidated there for a day or two, a trading day or two, and then today, boom, we ran up, filled the gap, pretty much all the way to where they reported, or the stock went to, it filled the gap right to where the stock was after the earnings report, and we closed right under the 180 SMA. So in my opinion here, guys, and by the way, this is not financial advice, this is all my opinion, right? In my opinion, this could break 675, no problem, especially because of that earnings, all that good stuff. They crushed it. They absolutely crushed it. And if you guys watched my channel last week, we covered this before the pop, which is why you must subscribe. Hit that red button, turn on the notification bell, subscribe right now. Do it if you haven't done so already. And I'm telling you, if we break 675 here, we're going to take out a multi-week high, and then this is probably going to start gunning for low 700s, and probably that high point from the end of September, which is 737, and I'm assuming, I'm not for sure, let me double check, but I'm assuming that's the all-time high. Of course it is, guys. Come on. What stocks aren't near all-time highs at this point? I could tell you some, the Chinese stocks, but we won't jump in that rabbit hole today. But other than that, most stocks are at the all-time highs. So keep your eyes out on Align Technology. It's looking very good here, in my opinion. What else do I have here on my watch list for today's video? Chegg, CHGG. Let me tell you guys, Chegg is a company that I used a lot when I was in college, right? I used this thing pretty much every day. I had my account, used it for homework, tests. Well, I can't really say that on the internet here, but let me tell you guys, I used Chegg a lot, right? They helped me out. But now as a stock, it's not feeling the same love that I had for it when I was in college, right? Because now the stock closed at $62.76. It went up 5.5%. Now it's trading, well, and that was at the close today, guys, 5.5% up. Now it's trading at $45 after hours. So this one is getting obliterated. The stock is down almost 20 bucks per share. It is down 25% after hours. It's in a bear market just in the past couple of hours. So let's talk about what the heck's going on. Let's pop it up here. Live news tab. They did, let's see here. Where is it? Wow, they adjusted their price target. Jeez, guys. Morgan Stanley adjusts Chegg's price target to $88 from $115, but they still remain overweight the stock, keep an overweight rating. And that was a couple of days ago. So let's see what they reported for earnings. They did 20 cents EPS, which came in line with estimates. Not too bad. And, okay, here, look at this. They did $33.9 million net income, okay, not bad. And the sales missed, $171.9 million versus $174.54 million. So they missed revenue. They came in line with EPS, and their guidance has to be off. The guidance is off. They see full year 21 EBITDA of $255 to $257 million, and they see sales of $762 million to $764 million versus $812 million estimated. So very bad guidance there. And Q4, the guidance is way lower. Jeez, that's horrible. That's bad. Sales guidance of 194 to 196 million versus 240 million for the next quarter. So they're taking a beating. The chart looks like crap. I'll be honest with you guys. I'm not touching this thing with a 10-foot pole. I'd rather throw all my money. Actually, maybe not. I was going to say I'll throw all my money at Shiba Inu. I'm not going to go that far, but let's just go here and say I am not touching this. I am not touching it with a 10-foot pole, but maybe if it consolidates, a bounce back play, maybe. But then again, I'd rather just put my money elsewhere, to be honest. But we had to cover it since they reported earnings. And let's see the long-term chart. Okay, look at this. We have a head and shoulder on the 3-year. Not looking too great. And now we're trading right by, well, not anymore, considering it's under $55 now, which is right by the 180 moving average on the 3-year chart. So this might go a lot lower, guys. Be careful. FANG reported earnings today. Diamondback Energy. Let's see what they did. The chart looks pretty good. It's up a bit after. Actually, no, it's not. It's down a bit after hours, but still, it's looking good either way. Let's see what they did here. They did EPS of $1. What was it here? Or $3.54. Adjusted EPS was $2.94. They did revenue of 1.91 billion, and they raised their dividend. There you go. They raised their dividend from 45 cents to 50 cents. So if you're a dividend investor, kudos to you. That is awesome. And excuse me, guys. Geez, I shouldn't have ate before this video. Now the stock is pushing up. Seems like we ran up aggressively from $80 to $111. That was in the span of a month and a half. And now we've been consolidating for the past couple of weeks. And it seems like it's building a base now before the next leg up, which it seems like we're slowly getting it now, considering today the stock went up over 4%. So watch out for the breakout here on Diamondback Energy. I see it coming. And then we got to talk about Simon Property Group, guys. This one's ripping like no other. It went up 2% at the close, and it's up from 149, which, mind you, that's where it closed. Now it is up to a whopping 157. It's doing well after market hours. So let's see exactly what's going on here, guys. And let's see live news tab. Let's see. Okay, they raised their dividend. Kudos to the dividend investors out there. They're doing $1.65 in dividends. Okay. Let's see here. They raised it from $1.50 to $1.65. Not bad. And do we have numbers? Numbers. Where are you, numbers? Here we go. They did Q3 EPS of 207. They see full year EPS of 661, and they see full year FFO. I gotta polish my terminology here because I'm forgetting what FFO stands for. But it seems like their earnings were not too shabby, and the stock now is breaking out. Again, they raised their dividend, raised the 2021 FFO guidance, and look, I wouldn't rush into this now, considering it is overbought, but I'm putting it on my watch list because the chart's looking very good, and I'm not against buying things that are breaking out, but I am against rushing into buying things that are breaking out, right? And I'm also for not punishing winners, which in this case, SPG is a huge winner. The stock is ripping. We just have to let it cool off a bit and see if we could end up buying it on a dip. So overall, guys, those are stocks that I'm looking at today and tomorrow, obviously, the next couple of days as well. We have Align, JD, CrowdStrike, CLX, Chegg, FANG, SPG, which we just talked about. So what are you guys looking at? Drop me a comment. Let me know your thoughts. Make sure to smash that like button on your way out. Subscribe. Turn on that notification bell. And check out my Patreon. If you guys want my real-time buys, sells, call-outs, all that good stuff, morning update videos, more access to me throughout the day, all of that's on Patreon. And today, honestly, is the best day to sign up. It's the first of the month, and the beginning of the month is usually the best time to sign up. So you have the whole month, and then you decide if you want to continue the membership cancel the membership. Of course, you have that, ability to do that whenever you want. So check it out. It's linked down below. Make sure to also get your 2 stocks, your $30 from M1 Finance, also linked down below. And that's it. I'll catch you guys in the next video, which, by the way, I made one earlier. I'll pop it up here. I'll see you there. Thanks for watching again. As always, keep crushing the markets. Stay safe out there. Peace out.